Now, the rest of the story.
Well, I'm getting to do a job that I only get to do maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and I'm raking hay. Absolutely horrendous drying conditions. This stuff's been on the ground long enough where it should be crispy dry. And we're getting down in the high 40s, low 50s at night. And it's just getting hit with that nightly dew. And it takes till like noon before the stuff really gets burned off. So the stuff's been windrowed, tedded out, and even though it's been tedded, you go through and there's still green areas throughout the material. So we're gonna rake it up, wrap it up, and then probably go through and wrap it again with that wrapper. The only problem is we got 2/3 of our hay will be getting made in the next 24 hours, approximately. But then I got everything down at the valley that I gotta make that I can't wrap. The reason I don't wrap, I'm probably never gonna be able to say this enough, because I'll always have somebody that asks why we don't just wrap everything at the valley and quit worrying about it being dry. Baled hay that gets wrapped in this area is worthless, unless you're the one that's going to be feeding it out. You can't make it, wrap it, and try to sell it as wrapped hay, because nobody is willing to pay for the added moisture. Plus, you know, it being wrapped, you have to take the net or the plastic wrap completely off before you can take it to the sale barn, because they don't want any wrap on it at all when you sell it. Which means if it doesn't sell right away, then if it starts to mold after you unseal it, then you're losing quality in that way too. There's just too many ifs, too many variables. It's not worth it. Dry hay is where the money's at. The only problem is that you get later enough in the year. We're in the not quite halfway point through September. They are calling for rain now, sporadically throughout the upcoming week. So today is, what, the 11th? And then we get this stuff done, and it's looking like it's going to be like the 17th or 18th before I get a decent chance to cut the valley. At this point, probably ted it twice, literally just to try to keep it shook up. Anything that gets laid out, so there's a big clump of moisture back there. It's more tedious having to go through and ted it twice, but just try to get the stuff dried out in the weather conditions we got, so we can get done with hay, get it made, get it in off the field, and forget about it for the year. I think we're all at that point where just want to be done making hay for the year. Tired of worrying about it, tired of thinking about it, to be quite honest. So, as far as the Rhino equipment, I think you're looking at probably one of my favorite pieces that we got that has the Rhino brand on it. That 4155 is probably neck and neck with this and that 4155. They're the two Rhino machines that I use the most. Even granted, I don't use the rake that much. Both built very well. Granted, I think you guys all pretty well understand at this point, I don't really have to promote anybody. I generally do actually. I really do like this rake. 28 and a half feet wide at its widest, which is great, because even like right now, I'm pulling in all the material. I'm getting nice, healthy sized windrows. Kind of surprised at how much material is here. Might be surprised at how much hay we actually got, but actually what we could hope for now is a real nasty winter, and some of that stuff down at the valley would be really worth something. The Rhino cutter, I think I need to change the blades out on it. Been using it for clearing some brush and clearing pastures, but granted, it's doing what it was really meant for by clearing out pastures. I really like it for grinding up stalks in the fall. The Earthmaster was designed for being a high-speed corn residue processor, but hitting it with the 4155 is slower, but still awfully effective. Awfully used in a positive way. So we're definitely in fall weather. I mean, we went from summer weather one week, and it literally like the flick of a light switch. We came in on Monday, and it's starting to feel like fall, where I don't need a sweatshirt now, where by noon you don't need it, but when you get out early in the morning and it's in the 50s early in the morning, and then you're, I think it was 78 when I went to go rake. My problem is I just like wearing sweatshirts. So the sweatshirt weather suits me just fine. And harvest is going to kick us in the face. That's just what's going to happen. Everything's getting there as far as being ready to go. The combine we pulled out again. The chopper in the back end has all been gone through. I got to grease it, clean the windows, do the cab one more time, just kind of clean it out. And then the combine's ready. I got to go through the heads. The grain wagon, I went through that. Really just need to get done making hay so we can get the duals back on the 46, so we can put that on either chisel plow or something. We'll find something for it to do. I mean, ideally that's what we do, is put the chisel on the 46 and leave it on for a while, and somebody can go chisel at the end of the day for a few hours, because I really would like to be done with field work by around Thanksgiving. We get a lot of flack in the past where people say, oh, why do you have to be done by Thanksgiving? We go till January, February, yada, yada, yada. Well, in this part of the world, you get to Thanksgiving, you're really not guaranteed a whole lot as far as for getting decent days to work in the field. I mean, if you like combining in the snow, I mean, more power to you, but that the two times that we harvested in the snow was downright miserable. I'd really prefer not to do it, which is also a reason why we have that concern of getting done in a timely manner, especially with fall tillage. I'd like to have all of our tillage done in the fall, because that way you break the ground up, you get that freeze thawing, it mellows out that work ground for next spring for seedbed prep, and it just makes a much nicer finish or seed bed to plant into versus the stuff that's worked up in the spring. So by saying that, you can start getting winter frozen ground where you can't get into the tillage by Thanksgiving. So all the more reason to want to be done by a certain time. It's not in concrete. It's not the end of the world if we're not done by then, but we certainly would like to be. Well, that's a good raking video. I mean, still have over 100 acres we got to cut and make yet, which I'm hoping. There goes swearing again. It would be nice if it's not too much of a headache, but I guess there's fires going on again I wasn't aware of this. I mean, I don't keep track of social media. Honestly, the mental health is a lot better the less you look at social media. I guess there's fires out west, and now we got smoke in the air again, which is now giving us an ass ache and trying to get this stuff to dry. Because it wasn't for the smoke that was in the air that's blocking out the sun. The stuff that I'm raking up, the sun would be able to cook, burn off some of that greenness, that moisture that's there, and I wouldn't be really worrying about it. Yeah, we're gonna wrap the majority of this, but really don't set out to make baleage. Just really don't. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We're basically in the fall hours at this rate. I just told Brittany that when I went to go to the farm this morning, is 7 days a week from here on out, and my hours are unreliable as far as when I'm going to be home. So, life of the farmer. So until next time, take care, take it easy, keep in touch. I'll talk to you guys later.